All right, so let's get real today. I want you to do a health check today. I want you to just take a minute, right, and just think about where your very soul is at today. How are you feeling right now? Be honest in a way that you haven't been honest with yourself ever before, right? Think about the state of your heart. Think about where your body is at. Really take the time to do some inventory. I want to have you evaluate that and think about, does it reflect heaven or does it reflect hell? And who's behind that then? Does it reflect heaven and then there's worship and praise and adoration for the Lord? There's light, there's love, there's purity, there's joy, there's freedom. Or is it darkness and sadness and sorrow and pain and grief and bitterness? Evaluate that. Do you have this heart that's open to the Lord? And that's still willing to receive others? That even though you do guard your heart, you still with discernment are willing to let people in? That you are operating in this state of forgiveness and you remain postured that way? That you remain in this place of love for yourself and that you are caring for yourself and loving on yourself and desiring to love on others? Are you in a space where you're hopeful, where you're believing for the things of God, where you know that things are only going to get better, but that they're okay right now and you're content with them? But you're still hoping and believing in faith for the more that the Lord has promised you, but with a type of trust that brings forth peace and rest that my Father has it. Or are you in this state where you're frustrated and you're angry and you're upset and you're worried and you're anxious and you're confused and you're stressed out and you are white knuckling it? Gosh, I need you to be able to see that and see the contrast in that so you could see who is at work behind them both. One is the love and the grace of God that you have entered into, that you've surrendered to, that you have let transform you to where you have conformed to. One is Satan puppeteering and afflicting and oppressing. Be honest with the state of your soul. Is it divine or is it demonic? See, sometimes we get so busy in life that we're just trying to get through the day. I've been there, where there's so many demands from this life that are pulling on you that it's enough that you meet the demands. That so many, in order to be able to meet the demands, they even sacrifice themselves. Sometimes we got to be honest with ourselves and just take a moment to reflect. Am I well? Because some may need to be honest and be like, I'm not. I'm unwell. You see, before there can be change, you have to understand that it's going to require you to take an active part in it. Now, God can do anything He want to do when He want to do it, okay? But typically, on the whole, He wants to partner with you in that. And He wants you to bring that before Him and acknowledge where you are and be able to bring that to Him, right? Hey, if you're well, Lord, thank you, God. Keep me in this state of wellness, God. I know that it is only you that allows me to operate in love and operate in truth and operate in authenticity. God, thank you for my blessings, and just continue to move in that gratitude and that love and that joy. God, help others to be able to come into that, right? But even with the state of being unwell, to bring that to the Father and tell Him, Lord, I gotta be honest with you. I'm unwell. God, I want to be well. You see, Jesus asked the man at the pool of Bethesda, do you even want to be well? Do you want to stay there and focus on that? Or do you want to do the work today to get better? So do you want to do the work to get better? Because there's a work that needs to be done on your part. The Lord will show to you, He will reveal to you what the very source is of you being unwell. Where is that coming from? What is the root of that? Now let's work through it together. Let's see who the devil used to plant those seeds. Let's help you to work through it and overcome it. Let's give you a strategy for that. And every day, let's work together for you to implement that strategy so that you can be well. Let's help to focus on your thought life. Let's change it. Let's change the perspective. Let's shift it. Let us have you start minding your thought life. Let us start changing your posturing in one that's of gratitude and worship. Let us work on your trust and your leaning on the faith that you do have, that I'm for you and I could do anything through you. If you just allow me to. See, let us spend some time focused on you, because sometimes you're so focused on the world and just trying to meet the demand of the world that the Lord is like, I'm concerned about you. I want to make sure you're okay. I want to make sure you're well. Gosh. You're His child, and He loves you so much, and He doesn't want you broken. He doesn't want you traumatized. He doesn't want you scared and fearful. He doesn't want you checking out of life. He doesn't want you wondering, why is it that you even live? What's the purpose of it? He doesn't want you white knuckling it through your days. He sees your tears. He sees your anguish. He sees the fact that you are breaking underneath the weight of the demand of this world, of the responsibility of this world, and He wants to help you. But first, you got to acknowledge where it is that you are. And you've got to surrender to the fact that you can't keep going in this way if it's negative, and you can't do it all by yourself, and you never were meant to. And allow the Lord to be able to come in. Oh gosh. And put you back together again in the way that He originally designed you to be. Whole, healthy, in abundance, in joy, peace, rest, and communion with Him. Talk soon.